Hello students, today's lecture is very important. In today's lecture, we'll be learning how to represent rational numbers on number line. Representing rational numbers on number line. We all know how to draw a number line. It starts from 0, 0, and on right hand side we have positive numbers and on left hand side we have negative numbers. But just to ease out this process, I have written a note on the board. Students, this starting 5 minutes, please pay attention. Then you will be master in drawing the number lines and plotting the rational numbers on the number line. Pay attention very carefully. The rational number, here we are dealing with the fractions. Okay? Any fraction will be given to you all and they will tell you that this fraction is a rational number, so plot it on the number line. So basically we will speak more about fractions. So any rational number of fraction which will be given to you will be of two types, either of the two types. The first type is numerator can be greater than denominator. Numerator can be greater than denominator, and this type of rational number or this type of fraction, now I will always use the word fraction. Okay, all the fractions are rational numbers. So numerator greater than denominator. For example, 90 upon 7. Here numerator is 90, denominator is 7. So numerator is greater and denominator is smaller. Minus 75 upon 17. This minus is along with the entire fraction. So just for 1 second leave this minus sign. Just forget about this minus sign. It's 75 upon 17. 75 is big and 17 is small. So whenever numerator is greater than the denominator, such type of fraction is called as improper fraction. This is just for your information. But the key point is whenever numerator bada ho, denominator chota ho, so at that time what we have to do, we need to convert it in mixed fraction. We need to convert a fraction in mixed fraction form. How we convert into mixed fraction form? By division. By division. Yes. So all of you just remember this note, that if a fraction given to you and in that fraction if numerator is big and denominator is small, example 90 upon 7, numerator zyada hai, denominator is less, then what we have to do, we need to convert that fraction into mixed fraction. By how? By division. We divide and we convert it. We'll see that in the numericals. And such type of fraction, when numerator is big and denominator is small, is called as improper fraction. Second type of fractions will be when numerator is small than denominator. Such type of fractions are called as proper fraction. This is just for your information. So once again, when numerator is small and denominator is big, so numerator chota hai 3, denominator is big 16. This minus is associated with the entire fraction. So just for 1 second leave this minus out. Consider there is no minus sign. So 7 is small and 93 is big. So when numerator is small and denominator is big, it is called proper fraction. And whenever we have numerator small and denominator big, very important, pay attention here, all of you on the board. Your number, your fraction, when you will plot on the number line, it will always be between 0 and 1 or 0 and minus 1. Yes, always. The biggest hint, remember this. Why? Don't rote learn it. Why? Because when you will divide in your calculators 3 divided by 16, the number will always be less than 1. The answer will be 0 point something. 7 divided by 93, answer will be 0 point something. Whenever numerator is small and denominator is big, answer always comes less than 1. It will be from 0 point something. So when you will plot any fraction on the number line in which numerator is small and denominator is big, your number will come either between 0 and 1 or it can come between 0 and minus 1. अगर पॉजिटिव हुआ तो it will come between 0 and 1 on the number line, and अगर नेगेटिव हुआ तो it will be between 0 and minus 1. So to summarize the discussion, if we have numerator greater than denominator, we need to convert the fraction into mixed fraction by division. And here if numerator is smaller than denominator, we don't have to divide anything, but just a most important point we need to remember that our answer, the fraction which we will denote on the number line, mark on the number line, will always lies either between 0 and 1 if it's positive, or between 0 and -1 if it's negative. Please pause the video and copy this very well. So students, on the board we have the same question number 5 represent on number line, and the first question I have taken is sub question H of your textbook, 12/5. Just a moment ago I told you first we need to categorize whether numerator is big then or denominator is big. So I'll say here numerator is bigger, 12 is bigger than the denominator 5. So this is called as an improper fraction. So what I gave you here, I gave you a note that whenever numerator is bigger than the denominator, what you have to do, you always have to convert the fraction into mixed fraction. By how? By dividing it by the division. Okay, so I'll perform the division here. This division is not a rough work, it's the part of the solution. I'll write here 12. See here, I'll write here 12 divided by 5. Pay attention, please pay attention. 5 2s is 10 minus and remainder is 2. This 2 is called as remainder, so I'll write here R. The number 2 is called as quotient, so I write here Q. Now how to convert? Always blindly just copy the denominator, the divisor as it is. 5 will always come here. It's a rule that whatever is the quotient, here quotient is 2, quotient always comes here. So I'll write 2 here at this middle center of this line of fraction. And always the remainder comes in the numerator. So this 2 will come here. This 2 is the quotient. This 2 is the quotient from here. This 2 came here, and the remainder, this 2 came here. And how to check whether we are correct? See this. 5 2s is 10, and 10 plus 2 is 12. So answer is 12/5. So my first step, whenever numerator is greater than denominator, is to convert the fraction into mixed fraction by the division method. I divided and I got this. Okay. So now what you understand by this? Students, it's very logical. Just pay attention. You got 2/5. That means you should know that your number, this 12/5 will be between 2 and 3. Who told me this? Who told me this? This mixed fraction told me. See, my number is 2/5. That it's 2 complete 2. 12/5, it's complete 2, and additional we have 2/5. मतलब 2 के ऊपर more than 2 we have 2/5. Okay, so additional to 2, more than 2, we have to add 2/5 part. So it will be between 2 and 3. This is very important. You should know that the number line on which you are plotting the fraction 12/5, ये कौन से दो नंबर के बीच में आएगा. So it is 2/5, complete 2 and additional 2/5. So it will be between 2 and 3. Okay. So students, now I'll draw number line for you all on the board. This is my number line. This is 0. This is -1. Okay. This is 1. This is 2. And I know the fact that this number 2/5, which is nothing but 12/5, will be between 2 and 3. So deliberately I'm plotting 3 here. It's allowed. I'm plotting 3 here, and this will be 4. We have to write one additional number, 4. And here also I'm writing 0 and -1 like this. Okay, so I gave a big space between 2 and 3 just because I have to write many things between 2 and 3. Now pay attention. Pay attention. First step was to divide and to convert into mixed fraction. I did that. Next step is to decide whether कौन से दो नंबर के बीच में, which two numbers my fraction will lie. And this 2/5, complete 2 and additional it's 2/5. So it will be between 2 and 3. Between 2 and 3. Now students, pay attention carefully. Pay attention. Always see the denominator. It's 5. It's 5 means I have to divide this space in 5 equal parts. Whatever I'm saying, it will be universal for all the questions. You take any book, any textbook, any question. Here it is 5. That means you have to divide this space between 2 and 3 in 5 equal parts. 5 equal parts. Okay. So students, I'll divide this space between 2 and 3 in 5 equal parts. For example, if I have to divide between 5 equal parts, I'll just give you one thing. I have a piece of cake here. It's a piece of cake in front of you. I want to divide this in 5 equal parts. I want to divide it into 5 equal parts because I have 5 friends with me. So tell me how many times I will cut this cake. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's logical. 4 times I will cut. This is my knife. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I cut 4 times, then only I can get 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. तो अगर 5 पीस चाहिए, so cut in 4. Cut 4 times. If I want 10 pieces, I'll cut 9 times. If I want 100 pieces, I will cut 99 times. Number of pieces required, number of equal pieces required, जितना भी number of pieces required हो, always cut one less than that number. If I want to have, for example, here on the board 6 equal pieces of this cake, so I will cut 5 times. Because when I cut 5 times, there will be 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number of pieces, equal pieces you require. From that you deduct 1, minus 1 karo, and that many times you have to cut the cake. Okay. Now students, you tell me. Now please see here. This is my cake from between 2 and 3. This is my cake, concerned part. I need to have 5 equal parts. This shows my equal parts should be 5. As I want to have 5 equal parts, I'll cut 4 times. I will have my knife 4 times. I will cut a stroke 4 times. When I will cut 4 times, then only 5 parts banenge. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Randomly. No need for measuring with a scale. Nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have cut this in 4 parts. I have cut 4 times. First time I cut, second time, third time, fourth time. Because I cut 4 times, so I have 5 equal parts. See this. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hope you can see my cuts. I have cut 4 times. 4 times cut किया तो 5 parts मिले. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why I wanted 5 parts? Because denominator is 5. Always see the denominator. Okay? Because I wanted 5 parts, so I have cut in 4 times. So 5 parts मिल गए. Now see what to do. This will be acted as, I'll write here, this is 1 upon 5. This is my first part. This is my first part out of this 5 parts. This is my second part out of the 5 parts. This is my third part out of the 5 parts. This is my fourth part out of the 5 parts, and this is my fifth part. This is my first part, so I write here 1. This is my second part, so I write here 2. This is my third part, so I write here 3. This is my fourth part, so I write here 4. And this is my fifth part. So it's like 5 upon 5. But it will be cancelled. So only 1 will be remaining. And here automatically 3 will come. 1 3 is 3. Understanding, students? Because I have made 5 equal parts, so denominator of 5 आएगा. This is first stroke. So 1 upon 5, 2 upon 5, 3 upon 5, 4 upon 5. You can even call it in your mind like this. There are 4 strokes, so 4 numbers will come. 1 upon 5, 2 upon 5, 3 upon 5, 4 upon 5. Why here 5 is coming? Because we have made 5 equal parts. That's it, students. We are done with the answer. 2. So 2 to यहाँ पे है. We reached here till 2. Then we want 2 upon 5. Then 2 upon 5 is here. So you have to make here as a arrow like this. So 2 plus 2 upon 5. So it's nothing but 2 upon 5. And I always write like this, equal to 12 upon 5. The original fraction. So this is a point. Always encircle it like this. So we have plotted a fraction 12 upon 5, which is 2 upon 5 on the number line. Please pause the video and start. Now students, the second question on the board it's sub question F which I have taken. It's minus 36 upon 8. Once again student, the first step is to recognize whether our numerator is greater than denominator or numerator is smaller than denominator. Remember the note which I gave you. Just don't see this minus sign. Minus sign means it will come on the left hand side. Just for this moment, just ignore this minus sign. Just see 36 upon 8. 36, the numerator is greater as compared to denominator 8. Yes students. So now what to do? Can I say now that means this is also lies on the left hand side of my note. Which case it was? It was the improper fraction when numerator is big and denominator is small comparatively. So now what to do? I'll copy this minus as it is. I'll first copy the question once again, and I can see I can cancel out something. This is the best way. Whenever you can see, you can reduce it to some extent. 2 4s are 2 1s are 2, carry 1, 2 8s are 16, 2 2s are 4, 2 9s are. Okay students, so I'll get here minus 9. I'll write down over here minus 9 upon 2. Okay, minus as it is minus 9 upon 2. Once again students, if you observe this, what type of fraction it is? Of course, it's once again improper fraction. 9 is big as compared to 2. 9 is greater than 2. Numerator is greater than denominator. So it's improper fraction. So in the note I gave you that whenever we have improper fraction, that is numerator is greater than denominator as compared to denominator, always the first step is to do the division. So here now I will be doing the division because we need to convert the improper fraction into mixed fraction. Okay, so I'll do the division here. 9 will be divided by 2. 2 4s is 8 minus 1. This 1 students is my remainder. This 4 is like my quotient students. It's my quotient. And 1 is my remainder. So now you all tell me students, how will I write? Minus as it is minus. Always the denominator will be same. This 2 will be copied as it is. This 2 is the divisor in our case. I wrote here. The 2 will be copied always as it is. Now the quotient 4 will always be copied at the middle, at the center of this fraction line. And in the numerator always the remainder comes. So it's like 1. Okay. So it's, you can recheck it. Minus is apart from this. Just leave minus for a second. 4 2s are 8 plus 1, 9. So 9 upon 2. It's minus. So minus 9 upon 2. So students, in other words, can I say I have to now plot minus 4 1 upon 2, which is equivalent to minus 9 upon 2 and which is equivalent to this our original question. So my first point was to convert improper fraction into mixed fraction, which I did. Okay. Next, what was the point? I always tell you in the previous sum also, you have to write. You have to decide that where you will plot this. See here students, it's minus. It's minus means this number, this fraction will come on the negative side, on the left hand side. On the left hand side of 0 it will come. Okay, fine. But between what two numbers? See, it's minus 4. Minus means it's come on the left hand side. 4. So complete 4 is there. Then additional to 4 we have here 1 upon 2. Means after 4 there is more half added to it. We have complete 4, and after that 4 we also have half. So now what to do students? Can I say after 4 more we have to travel to cover this distance of half to get this value of half? Yes. So the number will be between minus 4 and minus 5. You should know this. This is very important. Minus 4 से ज़्यादा कितना ऊपर? Half ज़्यादा. So between minus 4 and minus 5. Okay. So the first thing over here will be, I'll be drawing the number line. As I know now I need to deal with the negative aspects. So I'll write here 1. I'll write here 0. I'll write here minus 1. I'll write here minus 2. I'll write here minus 3. I'll write here minus 4. And deliberately I'm leaving big space over here. I'll write here minus 5 and here minus 6. There can be a doubt in your mind, sir, how many numbers we have to write? Always write, see, start always 0 should come. And I know there was no need of this one, but it's advisable to write 1, and we only need -4 and -5, but always write one more over here and use the entire width of your notebook. And it's advisable that always draw the number line on the ruled lines of your notebook. It should always be drawn with the pencil. Number line should always be drawn with the pencil. Everything, the numbers should be with the pencil, the plotting should be with the pencil, everything with the pencil. Okay, now -4 and -5. Now I told you students in the previous question also that we have to divide in the equal parts. How many equal parts? See, we can see here it's 2 over here. That means I have to divide the space between -4 and -5. It's like a piece of cake for me into 2 equal parts. So if I have to divide anything into 2 equal parts, I only cut one stroke. So I'll cut one stroke over here. Cutting one stroke will make 2 parts, 2 equal parts. And I want 2 equal parts. Denominator always decides kitne parts chahiye. In the previous question, it was 5 in the denominator. So I have done 4 strokes to make 5 parts. Now I want 2 parts. So I have done only 1 stroke. So I got 2 parts over here. Okay. Now students, can I say this will be my 1/2. 1/2. The half part between -4 and -5. This is the half part. Okay. So -4, and after -4, the half part, if you travel, you'll come here, and more half you travel, then you'll reach to -5. This is the half part, and we want -4 means we have reached till here, and more half part I want to cover. So it's like half over here. So students, this is my answer. Arrow like this, and it's -4 1/2, which will be equal to -9/2, which will be equal to -36/8. We have to always write the original one, -36/8. Okay, hope you understood students. Please pause the video and do it fast.